So, have you ever been in that situation where you found a whole fat stack of loot, but it was just too big for you to carry?
Oops.
And also by a big-lipped alligator clam.
No, that's... Yeah, I'm not sure about alligator, but definitely a clam.
I know those teeth.
I mean, honestly, I do look at these clans, and I do get some sort of... maybe not even so much a Kremling vibe, but, I mean, again... A lot of the creatures you find in Donkey Kong 64 feel much more... And yeah, like I said, it's just too big for me, and I can still collect that, but
I know, all these big coins are ours for the taking, but yeah, no, the clams and, like, I guess they're supposed to be Kremling-based?
Maybe? Or they do look like they got the face of some weird, freakish-looking Kremling, like the ones from DKC3, for example.
Yeah.
But I think
But
I do
otherwise,
get the
it's
point...
like... Go ahead, sorry.
I was about to say, I do think I get the point that you're establishing. Like, a lot of the designs for the newer elements of this game kind of start to straddle that line between looking like something out of a Donkey Kong game and starting to look more like something out of a Banjo game.
Right. We've been getting that feeling a lot throughout this game. Like, the ones that, like, Troff and Scoff earlier, who, you know, they're the gatekeepers for the boss fights. Like, they clearly are pretty out of place in the Donkey Kong verse, for lack of a better word.
It does feel like it.
And we're not even at the one level where I feel where that's the most apparent, but we'll get more into that when we get to that. But, yeah, this is where all those pearls that make up that mermaid's necklace are stored. And of course they'd be stored inside these goddamn clams. Makes biological sense.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, where else do you expect pearls to be?
I suppose it makes sense.
On a necklace.
Well, I guess at that point, like, are these actually the mermaid's pearls, or are we just stealing brand new ones and hoping she can't tell the difference because we are a silly Kong who will do whatever we want to get the banana in the end?
I mean, the game will never tell us. All we know for sure is that, like, her pearls were stolen. We gotta find some way to, you know, make up the difference. Speaking of which...
We got them for you.
Oh, my lovely pearls! I hope this golden banana will do as a reward.
Oh, look at her. She's happy.
And she sounds just like me.
Yeah, probably the same actress. And well, I hear it, but I don't see it. There we go.
Yeah, it popped out of the left side of the screen. Yeah, it's just the camera was just ill-placed.
Yeah.
My pearls are safe now, but I'm sure they'll get stolen again. Those thieving reptiles.
I mean, you could always move.
You can move, you can you can harness your necklace a little better.
Ooh,
There's plenty of things you can do to not make them fall in enemy hands, which thankfully they don't repeat that anytime soon, so we're in the clear.
Thank goodness.
So for now, we're just going to settle with finding the rest of the golden bananas that are still laying around these parts.
Alright. Alright, so this whole little... Oh, okay, so for some reason I thought it was just a very tall cabin, but no, it's
that's what I thought too, but it's like, no, it's just... That ship had seen better days.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm looking at that old sprite.
Yep, good old Captain K. Rool, and I want to say that the fish that's helping light our way is supposed to be based off of Glimmer from Donkey Kong 64.
I mean,
Not
what
64,
surprised me?
Diddy's Conquest.
Yeah.
The only difference is that, like, that was an anglerfish, whereas this one isn't.
This one is just a fish.
It looks like a weird, like, tadpole guppy thing, but I will say I at least appreciate that the starfish enemies
that's
are.
my barrel. Keep away.
Oh jeez, I appreciate they're not as ruthless as they were in Diddy's Conquest. Get us in there, okay.
They look like they could very well be.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh boy.
But yeah, time to put the kibosh on these critters once again.
We got this. I forget. Are the red ones worth any? Are the red ones worth more points?
They're worth 2 points.
Nice.
I mean, I'd hope they're worth more considering how quickly they pop up and then immediately go back in their hiding hole.
Oh, that was easy. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the other thing. Like sometimes these bonus barrels are just like practically hand delivered to you.
I mean, considering some of the more bullshit ones that we have to worry about, I'm kind of grateful for that.
I definitely would know. Yeah, I'm fine with that as opposed to more of the freaking beavers.
Yeah.
Which, I've said before, it's so weird to me, like how the first one you come across is in the third world of the game, and then after that, you don't have to worry about that minigame anymore until the very last world of the game, and they expect you to, and they actually put like 2 barrels in that same world where you gotta play in, and it's like, come on, I just did this shit!
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that was like I'm pretty sure when I did a casual, that was my least favorite bonus barrel to go through, just because of how punishing it was and how
It's everyone's least favorite bonus in this entire game because it was programmed so terribly.
Mhm.
All they had to do was make the beaver stupid enough to not hang on the freaking side of the hole, and it'd be fine.
All they had to do was make the beaver stupid.
Why didn't they make the beavers stupid? No, in general, no, I agree. That and like slope the hole down, that would be easier for them to get caught and fall down. And Tiny, how are we gonna use our camera underwater? This camera.
Don't worry, it's waterproof.
I
How?
don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it's how it works, but fortunately, I think the camera is too stupid to realize that it is in fact not a waterproof camera. That is the glue that keeps this entire Donkey Kong mythos together, is that everyone is equally stupid. So why didn't the developers make the beavers stupider?
That's kind of the sad thing with the fucking beavers. Out of a lot of them are the smartest things.
It's them and the freaking what was it, the moles from Returns? How they were able to like create an entire like train system.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and this one took forever, if only because I think they expect you to. I don't get how the fuck did
Come on,
that
that
not
one was
work?
there.
It flickered. It like went boop, and then boop, boop. Come on.
Just
Gotta
yeah,
get the
I want to say they expect you to open up the cage, but I don't know how you're supposed to. At this point, it's kind of just dumb luck.
Quick draw, McGraw. Here you go. Ha! Oh, you got him.
Just
Did he?
barely.
Okay.
Freaking cue the dude. Oh, okay. For some reason, I almost thought little Tiny was. Anyway, you know,
It's
cueing
kind of
the
a
gun.
blessing. It's also a blessing in disguise that the banana film we've been using is also waterproof.
That is also true. And again, I will give this game that credit that I sincerely appreciate that they don't add in the extra, like, indignity of, you've taken the photos, now take them back to the Banana Fairy to get your reward. No, it's just
Oh,
automatic.
that'd be fucking tedious.
It would, and imagine if that was the justification for the film, was that once you took a photo, you could only hold up to 5 photos at a time, and then you had to go back.
Yeah.
They could have done it, and I appreciate that they did not go that far.
Suddenly makes me think back to fucking Dead Rising, where considering that game was playing more with realism, to a degree, I can sort of understand why. Kind of bothered me that even in that game, you only had so much film on your camera until you had to get it replaced.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what we can talk about that will immediately date this video, but I'm also curious about, especially since the bonus room music glitched out.
What's that, Logan?
There we go. Just at the very, like that was the guy running like, oh shit, the jukebox. Anyway,
Yeah, I sure.
is that, wow, in about a week.
Oh, just like that, we're halfway done.
Yep. Oh yeah, you did it, nice. And to commemorate that 100th banana earned, that oh, it's the
bongo
commemoration
play.
song. No, the commemoration song of that. In about a week from us recording this, the new Pokemon Snap will be here.
Oh,
Yep.
That's right.
Aptly called New Pokemon Snap. And, we still gotta get around to doing the original.
Yeah, I know we talked about that. Which, first
I'm up
off,
for
I
doing
just
it. I'm up for doing it. Go ahead.
yeah, we are. First off, I would like to say, considering how it's a proven fact that the Nintendo fanbase tends to get really pissy about any time the word new is put into a title, whether it be New Mario or Yoshi's New Island, I'm surprised no one threw a fit about it being called New Pokemon Snap.
Because it actually deserved the name, considering it'd been like forever since we got the last Pokemon Snap.
I think that's fair. Number one. Number two, I don't know. I think after Sword and Shield, everyone was like, "I'll take it."
It looks beautiful. I'll take 20.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, because I actually do know, like, a handful of my friends actually did like Sword and Shield.
They were just. It was rough for me, and for one of my friends who's a big Pokemon fan, the only way he was able to play that game seriously was by. Oh, nice. But the only way he was able to play that game seriously was by self-imposing the rule of he was going to play it as a Nuzlocke run.
Oops.
Which was actually-
Chunky don't appreciate getting watermelon in the back.
Aw. Which was easier. It was easier than you think, considering how much Sword and Shield will hold your hand, especially with the Dynamax thing. But yeah, no, it's very important to note that Game Freak are not the ones working on Pokemon Snap. I don't know who worked on the original, but
The original was handled by one of their subsidiaries. I know for the sake of new Pokemon Snap, they got Namco on board.
So I'm down for that. I'm sure they'll be able to handle that. And from what I saw,
which I recently learned was primarily done because of how well Pokken Tournament fared.
Oh, Namco worked on that too.
Oh yeah, because they did Tekken. Pokken, I've debated doing something for that. I did buy it and I owned it for about a month, but I will be honest and come clean and say that Pokken Tournament was probably the first time it was the first time I've ever rage quit from a game, in the sense of I got fairly decently. I moved up at least 1 or 2 ranks in multiplayer and was moving forward pretty well in the story. And I liked playing Pikachu. I liked playing freaking what was it? I don't think it was Tyranitar. Was it Garchomp? Wasn't it? I think
it was Garchomp.
And I got pretty good at them, but just the more I played it, it genuinely, I had the self-reflection of thinking to myself, I'm getting really steamed playing this online and losing to people who do, who just do the same spamming combo over and over again, and this is a game that I am not feeling okay while playing. I should probably take it back and get a game that I will feel okay while playing, and I genuinely went to GameStop and returned it. And that was the first time I've ever done that with a game. 102. But it's a really good game, and I think and I love it for the sense of like it finally lets you be able to play a Pokemon battle the way the anime always advertised it as looking.
Yeah. My only real problem was that I kind of wish the selection of Pokemon was a little more varied.
Right.
Well, didn't the Switch port fix that?
I mean, sort of. I think they only added in like a small handful of Pokemon to the Switch version, if any.
Meanwhile,
but otherwise, I still think the lineup they had was a little smaller than I would have hoped.
Meanwhile, I'm just over here thinking that genuinely looking at Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, just give us a Pokemon like Mario Party. With all the mini-games. The mini-games were the best part of Pokemon Stadiums 1 and 2.
I mean, it has been a long time. It has been a long time coming, even though there's also the matter of back when there was the Pokepark games, which...
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm not sure how to feel about those games personally. I've only played the first one for reference, and I remember like for the majority of that game, all I can remember was Pokemon tags. Pokemon tags for days.
It was a lot of,
and it drove me fucking nuts.
That was annoying because That was annoying because you're right. Because if we look at the first Pokepark, and I want to say even this, I think the second one did it a bit better. But if we definitely look at the first Pokepark, all of the gameplay. Oh, so you want to hit it on your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very, very thin line.
Oh, thank you, Lingering Hitbox.
However, even though we got our reward, now we have an additional challenge.
What's that? Oh,
the ship's getting a little too wobbly for Chunky to handle.
Oh boy.
No, now we're slowed.
Chunky no feel good.
He got seasick.
But he's not even outside the ship.
Oh, Chunky
just be
just
sick
that
from the motions of it.
Chunky still Chunky just that sensitive. Nah, man, I've definitely had that where I've been on a boat for like 6 hours, even inside, and then when I get onto solid land, I still feel like I'm kind of teetering a bit. But anyway, there's all there.
So, you're gonna clean up that mess you made at the entrance, right? Chunky make no promises.
I was gonna say, Chunky never tell. No, okay, what is it here? Wasn't the finger, it's the... What the...
Oh,
Jesus!
Almost got him.
Spooked me. Anyway.
Right up to his grill!
I know, it just threatened him. Anyway,
You will clean up that mess, won't you? Chunky, come clean. Chunky, do it right away.
But yeah, no, Pokepark, we can sum up the entirety of that gameplay into... It's like one of 3 challenges. It's either tag, or I think hide and seek, or like just running... It does get monotonous, I agree.
I mean, I am aware that the Pokemon games do have their own sets of mini games, which I think is kind of like the one big continuation we've ever had to the ones in Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2.
Right.
But that's about it. And and again, there's a lot of fucking padding you have to go through just to play them.
Agreed.
And I'm not gonna mince words. I was always privy to the idea of a 3D Pokemon style platformer. And I think it's the closest, like, Pokemon was the closest we got to that sort of game, that sort of thing. It's just that, again, it was primarily made with little kids in mind, and the things you do are so, again, like, it's just fluff at the end of the day.
It would be nice if, honestly, they took that kind of, like, that sort of design mentality and maybe tried to give us some sort of 3D, maybe keep it a platformer, maybe just make it like a Kingdom Hearts kind of thing. 3D continuation of, or 3D successor to Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, come on, he could very easily have reached that.
He absolutely can.
Yeah, he could, but he's just, I'm sorry, Lanky, but I'm just that fat.
But yeah, James is timing this out so that he finishes off with Lanky.
Right, because big shock, he's the next member of the DK crew who will be going through the door.
So get to it. Click.
Okay, that's much better.
Time to return to the ether from whence we came. Lanky Kong is the winner.
Come on down.
Get in here, you crazy orangutan.
Despite all the almond's glee, however, I will definitely say this is probably one of the lesser fun bosses of the entire game.
Dumb moon.
Yep, we get put into a boat. And,
Yep.
Lanky Kong's like, what am I doing here? So we are
Why
fighting...
is it so dark out?
Who is that?
I don't like the sounds of that.
Let's check the spotlight. See how it's working.
Oh, jeez.
Who is it?
There it is.
Oh!
He's a big boy.
And I remember...
I always love that little reaction from Lanky Kong, but that being said, yeah. Here's the big pufferfish. I don't know its full name, but the main gist of this boss fight is that there are going to be DK stars laced everywhere, and they activate these lightning pylons that you need to activate in order to shot the motherfucker.
Okay, so then it's just... oh jeez. But I was gonna say, it can't be as easy as just, running around. Okay, I see. You can't just run around in a circle because he's gonna start leading his fireballs sooner or later.
That's not entirely the problem with this boss fight. Like, starting off, it's not too bad. Like, the stars are, very nicely placed. It's pretty easy to find them, and with that, that's 1 out of 4 times you gotta do this. But the more times you do it, the smaller the stars will get. Not only that, but the time limit does shrink a bit as well. Not to mention, he has a shockwave attack you need to watch out for.
Yeah, this doesn't look fun anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot that are laced against you, and you gotta be very careful of.
Again, I wonder what they did, because it was this, and also in Banjo 2 as well, but like the mixing on the sounds these bosses make.
It's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, but, yeah, and by the way, did we forget that this is still running under the same handling of the boat from the boat race that DK had to do, because it still does.
Yep, the turning is still as painfully sharp as ever, and that's something you still need to keep in mind, especially when trying to go for the stars.
Yeah.
But that's really all this fight has going for it. And, well, at that point, try to survive as long as you can until either it's going to be you that gets fried, or it's the pufferfish.
You got it.
There is only one winner.
One winner who will be dinner.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez. Okay, one more to go.
Actually, that is another thing I will definitely say regarding this boss. Considering how, simple by nature the boss fight is, they probably could have not made it as long as it is. Because I think you have to shot this thing like five times.
5? Oh, jeez, I thought it was just like... I thought it was 4, but... Yeah, no, it should have just been... Oh, no, now he's...
Oh, I almost forgot about the little pufferfish that act as little homing torpedoes.
Jeez. Yeah, no, they could have just given it the old classic Nintendo 3. Oh gosh.
Funky, where are you? You're the better at this stuff than I am.
Okay, there we go. Is that it, please? Fingers crossed.
No, one more phase.
How small can the stars get now? That's
That's
small.
small.
Jeez.
And now you only have 10 seconds on the clock.
Devil damn.
Okay. So, wow, this is pretty much Diddy Kong Racing now.
Kinda is, yeah, now that you mention it.
Those darn cheating bosses and getting head starts when we know they're cheating.
You know what, now that I stop and think about it, that probably explains why the turning feels as sharp as it is, because I remember back with with Diddy Kong Racing, those things were, like, turning on those things were so fucking loose.
And he's out.
Out, and he literally blew himself up, just like a balloon.
And Lanky Kong's like, that's my shtick.
Slaps him.
Pretty much.
From all the way across the continent.
Well, of course, with them long, stretchy arms, anything's possible with cleats.
Well, they're
like
long,
those.
but they're not big.
Fair. But
On that note, with that, we can say, sayonara, Gloomy Galleon. I do not miss you at all.
Thank goodness.
So on that note, we'll see you all next time as we go to some place that's a little more refreshing, a little more light-hearted, and, you know, just all sorts of holly jolly feelings in general, assuming you can memorize the map layout. Till next time, guys.
Bye.
And,